While you were sleeping last night, AI quietly generated over $47 billion in economic value. Not for tech giants, for ordinary people who figured out something the rest of us missed. The wealth transfer isn't coming. It's already here. Most people think AI wealth building means buying Tesla stock or investing in ChatGPT Plus. They're watching the wrong game entirely. The real money isn't in owning AI companies. It's in becoming the kind of human that AI makes unstoppable. And right now, while everyone's debating whether robots will take their jobs, a quiet revolution is minting millionaires who learn to whisper to machines. Kai Meridian saw this 3 years ago. Before the neural port, before the prophecies that made him famous, in Silicon Valley he made a simple observation that changed everything. He noticed that every breakthrough technology creates two groups: those who use it as a crutch and those who use it as a catapult. The crutch users get comfortable. They let AI do their thinking. The catapult users, they learn something different. Here's what most people fundamentally misunderstand about AI wealth creation. They think it's about replacement, that AI will do their job better, faster, cheaper. But wealth has never been about doing existing things efficiently. Wealth comes from doing things that didn't exist before. And AI isn't just a better calculator or a faster typist. It's a creativity amplifier that lets humans access superpowers they never knew they had. The conventional wisdom says, learn to code, get into data science, become an AI engineer. That's industrial age thinking applied to an intelligence age reality. The real opportunity isn't technical. It's creative. It's pattern recognition. It's asking better questions and seeing connections that only humans can see. Because here's what Kai understood that others missed. AI doesn't replace human intelligence. It reveals it. Think about what's actually happening when someone builds wealth with AI. They're not automating themselves out of relevance. They're automating everything boring, so they can focus on everything valuable. The copywriter who used to spend 6 hours researching and 2 hours writing now spends 30 minutes directing AI research and 6 hours crafting strategy. Same 8-hour day, 10 times the output. Completely different value proposition. Maya Chen figured this out by accident. She was managing social media for local businesses, making maybe $3,000 a month, constantly worried about AI tools that could schedule posts and write captions. Then she had her awakening moment. Instead of competing with AI, she started conducting it. She learned to use AI for market research, trend analysis, content ideation, and customer psychology insights. Suddenly, she wasn't a social media manager. She was a business growth strategist who happened to use social media as one tool. Her income tripled in 4 months. But Maya's story reveals something deeper. The AI didn't make her successful. It made her more herself. It handled the mechanical parts so she could focus on the creative intuition and strategic thinking she was always good at. This is the pattern everywhere. The real estate agent using AI for property analysis and market predictions isn't becoming obsolete. They're becoming the agent everyone wants to work with. The consultant using AI to process industry data and generate insights isn't getting replaced. They're becoming the consultant who sees around corners. The wealth builders understand that AI is fundamentally a leverage amplifier. One person with the right AI toolkit can now accomplish what used to require entire teams. But only if they think like an orchestra conductor, not like someone trying to learn every instrument. The conductor doesn't need to play violin better than the violinist. They need to hear how all the pieces fit together to create something beautiful. Right now, while everyone's debating the dangers and benefits, the prepared are quietly building their AI toolkits. They're learning prompt engineering not as a technical skill, but as a communication art. They're discovering that the better you understand what you want to create, the better AI becomes at helping you create it. They're realizing that AI doesn't diminish human creativity. It demands more of it. This is why the wealth gap is about to become a leverage gap. The people who learn to think in partnership with AI will operate at speeds and scales that seem almost supernatural compared to those working with purely human effort. Not because they're smarter, but because they've learned to turn AI into a thinking amplifier rather than a thinking replacement. The transformation happening right now isn't about learning to use specific AI tools. It's about developing AI fluency. It's learning to think in prompts and possibilities. It's understanding how to break complex challenges into AI-solvable components, while keeping the strategic vision uniquely human. The wealth builders aren't becoming cyborgs. They're becoming conductors of intelligent symphonies. Here's what they're doing right now. They're experimenting with AI tools for 1 hour every day, not to replace their skills, but to amplify them. They're learning to delegate research, analysis, and first drafts to AI, so they can spend more time on strategy, relationships, and creative direction. They're discovering that AI makes them faster at everything they were already good at, and opens doors to capabilities they never imagined. They're also thinking differently about problems. Instead of asking, how do I solve this? They're asking, how do I direct AI to help me solve this 10 times faster while I focus on the parts only humans can do? This shift in thinking is creating wealth at speeds we've never seen before. The future belongs to the humans who learned to dance with artificial intelligence instead of competing with it. In 5 years, the most valuable people won't be those who can do what AI can do. They'll be those who can imagine what AI should do. They'll be the architects of possibility, the directors of digital creativity, the strategic minds who see opportunities that pure intelligence, artificial or human, could never recognize alone. The wealth transfer isn't coming. It's already redistributing toward the humans who realized AI isn't here to replace them. It's here to reveal what they were always capable of becoming. Now that you see it, the next part is harder to accept.